வெல்கம் பேக் டு தி எம்ஆர் அகாடமி. இது மாணவர்களுக்கான தளம் மட்டுமல்லாமல் வேலை தேடுபவர்களுக்கான தளமாகவும் மாற்றப்பட்டுள்ளது. உங்களுடன் நான் G.Sakthikumar, M.Sc, B.Ed, Computer Science as a PG assistant in private school. And in this video, we are discussing about the 12th standard Computer Science, Chapter 9, List, Tuples, Sets and Dictionary. We are discussed about in this chapter. So now we can move on to the inside the video. Here the chapter number 9 for 12th standard computer science subject, list, tuples, sets and dictionary. This is the title of this lesson. We are going to understand in this lesson the basic concepts of various collection of data types in Python, such as list, tuples, sets and dictionary. In here, these four are called data types. How the data, what type of data we are going to use, these four types of data. In this chapter we will discuss about these things and work with list, tuples, sets and dictionary. How to work with these four and with the functions, and write a Python program using these four, and understand the relationship between list, tuples and dictionary. What are the relationships are there? First of all, introduction. And in this list is called sequence of data type. That means ordered collection of data types. It will be having the values in the sequence like a strings, one by one. Like suppose we are giving the sequence means 1 2 3 4 5 6, like this kind of sequence we are maintained in this list. And we can give the data within the square bracket. That square bracket is mentioned as a links or list, right? And each and every one of the data inside the list is called elements. It's just like an array. How the array deal with the programming means the same type of data, more number of data we can store with the one particular variable name. But here we can store one particular variable name. We can store multiple values, but we can store different types of data. Not only the number, not only the character, not only the string. We can store any kind of data within a single list, but in array that's not possible. So then each and every one of the element is have some index value. It's like a position ID, right? And create list. How the list can create in this Python means, already I said you what is meant by syntax. The inside the program, how the general structure is there for creating each and every one of the statement in your program. General structure, that is called syntax. The variable in syntax, they are mentioned variable. That means that variable is called list name, particular list name. And element 1, element 2, element 3, these are the values. That means data. These data, any kind of data we can place here. Each and every one of the data within the list is called element. Each and every one of the element have index value. N number of values we can store. And see the example. Mark is a list name. 10, 23, 41, 75. 4 marks are we are stored. And another one is fruits, right? Apple, orange, mango, banana. So 4 number of strings are there. and my list. No values are there. In future we can store, and further they are given my list equal to double quotation welcome 3.14 10 and list. And another one is I just missed out. One list we can create, within the list we can create another list also. That means nested list. Within the list we can create another list. So welcome is one of the string. 3.14 is one of the fraction value, numerical value but fraction value. 10 is a numerical value, that means integer value, whole number. And another one is 2, 4, 6 within the square bracket. That means this one is a separate element. That means 0, 1, 2, the third element, third index element, but it is one of the list within the list. My list is a list, one of the list, and within the list we are having some another list values also is there. That element will be pointed out as a welcome is element number 0, and 3.14 element number 1, index number 1, and 10 is index number 2, and another is index number 3. Commonly we are mentioned in these three values. It is called nested list, right? And accessing list element, how the elements will be accessed within the list means, I already said position value. Already in array, the previous chapters arrays, that means in C++ we are discussed about array. We have index value of each and every one of the element inside the array. Here also like that index value starts with 0, but both positive or negative elements ID is there. So the first element is the positive ID starts with 0, and the element negative element starts with -1. The end of the list value is mentioned as the -1. Just mind it. Reverse we can arrange the number index value. So the last element 75 is mentioned as a -1, 41 is mentioned as -2, 3, 4 like that, right? And another one example, that means syntax to access an element. How can we access the element? For that accessing the element we have one syntax. That means list variable is there, that means variable name, and the element 1, element 3, element 2, element 3, and element n. And print list of index value. Just think about it. Just we are discussed already in about array. Whatever the method we are using accessing array, like that kind of method we are using this list, set, and tuples, dictionary, all the things. Some slight difference is there for each and list, tuples, dictionary, but the accessing method and creating method is common, and various types, or we can store various types of data we can store within the one list, one dictionary, one tuples, like that, right? And if the statement is print statement, means print within the bracket we put it the list variable name, and within the square bracket index values also mentioned. And here the example is they are mentioned in clearly. Marks equal to 10, 23, 41, 75, 4 values is there, and print, if that is a single value is we need to print on the output, means we can give that particular element ID, we can separate the value and print on the output, right? Here we are mentioned marks -1. That -1 means the last value of the list. That 75 only displayed on here. And accessing all elements of the list means just we can use some loop. More number of values we need to continuously we need to be access, means no hesitate, directly we can use any one of the loop, right? Here we are giving I equal to 0, that means starts with 0, and while I less than 4, that means 4 value is there. So 0 we are starts, and 0 to 3 the 4 values we can print, and each and every time I will be incremented with 1, and 0 is replaced by 1, and after that 1 is replaced by 2, and that will be each and every one of the time while loop is the condition is checked I less than or less than 4. Everywhere time that condition is true, the print statement is print each and every one of the element. In last time, whenever the loop is after 3 means 4, that 4 is with the condition I less than 4, that means 4 less than 4 whenever occurs, the condition is false, then goes out from the loop, right? The increment value is I plus 1, the value is given. So 4 times the loop will be executed successfully. After that, again that condition is checking, condition is false, and goes out of the loop. And iterative 0 and 1 2 3, I just explained, just those things are given as a table. And first time 0 less than or 4, condition true, the statement is displayed as a 10, and second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time is 4 less than 4, that condition is false, comes out. And then reverse indexing, that means -1 starts with -1 and greater than or equal to -1 with I. Each and every one time I will be incremented, and they are mentioned here as a table, like that, same thing, right? And next, list length. And the topic is list length. Just we are creating a list named my subject. Just see the example. Tamil, English, Computer Science and Maths. 4 list elements are there. That means 0, 1, 2, 3. So 4 elements are there. Suppose len is one of the function to find the how many number of elements or values are there in common. Not only for the list. This len function we can use anywhere to find the length. That means number of values are stored here there. We can use this len of my subject. That means list name. The output is 4, right? 4 number of values is there. That means that how many numbers we can find with the help of len. And then another example is also there. Len, using len function we can use loop and print the each and every one of the element. Then when the loop is going to be after 3, that means 4, the condition is false, then goes out of the block. And accessing an element using for loop, how we are using a while loop means like that same thing we can use in for also. The syntax is something different. Here the syntax is for index, where in list print index variable, print statement and index and variable, index value of list. Here for example marks, we are giving the list value is variable is marks, and 1 2 3 4 5, the 5 marks are stored in list 23 45 67 78 98. So x in marks, that means range. X is called range, that means marks, and we are printing x. Then how the for range is started, 0 to numbers 0 1 2 3 4, like 5 value is there, and 0 starts with 0, that means 4th value, and then start with the x. And already you know the for loop syntax starts with 0. Here we are starts with 0, that means continuously go up. When the condition is false, that control will be goes out of from the loop, right? And each and every one of the element will be print. And after that, the x value is going to the 5, the condition is false because of there is no value in index 5, then comes out of the loop. The next is changing list element. We can change the element already placed on the list variable using that. The list elements are mutable, that means changeable. Using simple equal operator, that means assignment operator, we can change the element present in a list. Okay, then the syntax is list variable of index element and equal to value to be changed. That means variable name, and within the square bracket we are giving the index value position id, and what value is we are going to be changed. We are replaced. That value will be placed on the right hand side of the equal sign, and then the value is replaced what the index value is there. And here they are giving an example. The 5 value is there, 1 2 3 4 5 value is there in my list value, and we are just my list elements before updating we are print the elements, right? Using for loop, just we can print all the elements 1 3 5 7 9, right? And then, and this is the end of this chapter 9th part 1 video by MR Academy. Once again, thank you all for supporting me. Further of this chapter we can discuss about the part 2 video. Nandri, Vanakkam.